Right now, there are a lot of OTPs walking around with ideas that they don't realize could actually turn into income. It might be an idea for a course, a program, a digital tool, consulting offers. But instead of moving forward, most OTs get stuck thinking things like, who am I to sell this? Is this even allowed? What if I build something and nobody buys it? And if that sounds like you should stay with me, because today we're breaking down how to turn your OT expertise into income in a way that's ethical, reliable, and sustainable. Hi, I'm Dr. Brandy Archie, occupational therapist and founder of OT Connected by AskSAMIE. It's a community built to help OTs build smarter businesses without burning out or guessing their way through it. In this video, I'm walking you through how to turn an OT idea into real income using a program, a product, or a digital offer. We're going to talk about what's actually working, what doesn't work, and how to do this in a way that aligns with your values as an OTP. Okay, so first we need to talk about something bigger than OT. We are living in what's called a knowledge economy. People aren't just paying for time anymore. They're paying for clarity, frameworks, guidance, and outcomes. And whether you realize it or not, OTs are perfectly positioned for this. Think about what you already do every day. You take really complex problems like safety and function and independence and routines, and you break them down into practical, doable steps that actually work in real life. And if you've ever explained something to a client and watched it change how they move, think, or feel, that knowledge has value beyond a single session. It doesn't mean you stop being OT. It means you expand your expertise and how it reaches the people. One of the biggest mistakes I see new OTpreneurs make is building something first and validating it later, creating a course or writing a guide or designing a program, and then ask, will anybody actually buy this? So let's flip that on its head. Here's a better approach. Start with the validation. Ask yourself, what outcome do I help clients achieve over and over again? Not the service you provide, but what actually changes for them. Maybe it's helping caregivers feel confident at home, preventing falls, or participating better in school, reducing overwhelm, improving safety. Whatever it is, once you have that in mind, talk to real people. Ask 5 or 10 people, what's hardest about this right now? What have you tried already? What feels frustrating? If people describe the problem with emotion, stress, fear, and exhaustion, then that is your signal. Validation is how you avoid building something that nobody needs bad enough to pay for it. Now, let's talk about how ideas actually become offers. Here's the key shift. You are not selling information. You can get information anywhere. You are selling a path from a problem to an outcome. For example, if you built a discharge checklist that helps families feel prepared, that can become a digital guide. If you teach caregivers how to manage daily routines, that can become a group program. If you do home safety consults, that can become a virtual package. If you educate clients repeatedly on the same topic, that can become a short course. You have the content already. The business part is packaging it clearly. One problem, one outcome, one offer. Simple beats complicated every single time. Now, this is a good moment to pause and say this out loud. If you want help turning your ideas into real offers, this is exactly what we do inside of OT Connected, especially heading into 2026. So here's why joining OT Connected for free matters right now. First, we help you stay ahead of policy and reimbursement changes that directly affect OT business models. Second, we give you an AI that's trained specifically on starting and growing OT businesses, so you're not guessing on rules, regulations, or how-tos. And third, you're building alongside other OTs, not alone, not piecing things together from social media. You don't need to figure this out in isolation, and you should not. Okay, now let's talk about pricing for your business, because this is where we can get uncomfortable. Pricing is not about what feels polite. It's about the value of the outcome. If your offer saves someone months of stress or repeated mistakes or unsafe situations, that has a value. This is where many of us get stuck in hourly thinking. Digital and program-based offers are priced based on transformation, not time. You need a clear positioning though. Who is it for? What problem does it solve? What happens when somebody completes it? Clarity sells and confusion does not. Now, you don't need a complicated funnel. Your first funnel can be super simple. A piece of content that's helpful, one clear offer, one way to say yes, which might look like a webinar that leads to a program, a PDF guide that leads to coaching, an email list that leads to a course. It's not perfection that's the goal. The goal is learning what works. So track everything so you can use your scientist brain to decode what's working and do more of that. Now let's set some realistic expectations. This is not an overnight thing. For most OTs, you see like your first 1 to 3 months focus on clarity and validation of your idea. Maybe month 3 to 6 is building and testing a paid offer. And 6 to 12 months is refining and creating consistency. That's not slow, it's actually methodically building a business. Slow growth done well is far more sustainable and affordable than spending a bunch of money trying to get to a shortcut. It's not worth it because you need that time to observe and analyze and learn. But don't let that analysis turn into paralysis either. Take your learnings and turn them into small steps. Since this, I'm going to try this. Nothing massive, some kind of fruit that's low-hanging that you can act on now and track so you know if it's a step in the right direction. Incremental growth is a thing that works in rehab and you know it so well. It's the same thing that you need to grow a business. Now, if you're an OT sitting on an idea, here's what I really want you to remember. You don't need permission. You don't even need to be fearless. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need a little clarity, support, and willingness to start. And if this video helped you, hit the like, subscribe, and share it with another OT who needs to hear this. And if you want continued support through 2026, like our policy updates or business frameworks or community that just understands, join us inside OT Connected. It's free. It's built for you. Your expertise has a ton of value, so let's build on that.